Come for our main event of the evening. Of course, it will be a professional lightweight bout. And introducing first, in the red corner, Iain Switchblade.
So here we go, Anton Zafir, main event of the evening. Iain Blade, David Martinez, lightweight bout. Give me your thoughts on this one.
Mate, if I was being honest, truthful, I think David Martinez grappling is just going to be a bit too strong for Iain Blade tonight. Saying that, the New Zealand boys are known for their tenacity and endurance, and you can't count Iain Blade out.
Iain Blade, blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, had 10 kickboxing fights in the past as well, so he's very well experienced. Judo background, trained in judo for over 6 years, so there's a number of different ways that he can approach this fight, depending on what David Martinez brings.
Definitely, he is very well rounded, a lot of experience inside the cage or the ring, so it'll be a very exciting matchup.
7 days notice, so hopefully the cardio's there. But these sort of professionals, they train all year, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem for him.
Especially if he was a part of his teammates' camp, getting him ready for this fight, that he should be quite ready to go the distance if need be.
And ladies and gentlemen, now introducing his opponent, out of the blue corner, David, the Smiling Assassin, Martinez.
David Martinez making his way to the Coastal Combat cage for the main event here at Coastal Combat 5. Also, purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, 7 victories coming by way of submission. So once the fight gets to the ground, he is an absolute nightmare to deal with.
One of his favourite fighters is Alexander Volkanovski, and he said he likes the way in which Volkanovski fights and tries to emulate that in his own style.
The pressure is really the big part of David Martinez's game. He employs a smothering approach. Again, just all over his opponent, looks for them to make a mistake and then capitalizes with a submission.
As we said, he had a very extensive pedigree in MMA. He was the former XFC amateur lightweight champ and the former #1 amateur in the country.
So ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for our main event of the evening. It will be a professional lightweight bout contested over 3 5-minute rounds. And introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 69.6 kilos and trains out of the Auto Tahi Lost Boys Christchurch and Elite Fight Complex. A 10-fight MMA veteran holding 4 wins. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Iain Switchblade. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 70.2 kilos and trains out of Ignite Martial Arts, holding an amateur record of 9 wins and 1 defeat, and an undefeated professional record of 2 wins and 0 losses. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome David, the Smiling Assassin, Martinez.
Okay, gentlemen, welcome. We went through the rules earlier on. Make sure you listen to my command all the times and defend yourselves all the time. So just hook them up. Good luck to you both. Come back ready to fight.
And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Peter Hickmott.
So here we go, main event, Coastal Combat 5, lightweight bout, David Martinez, Iain Blade.
What a fight to wrap off an exciting night of great fights.
So we'll see if David goes back to those roots of pressure grappling.
Well, gentlemen, the time has come. We've finally arrived at the main event of the evening. So a big congratulations to all the athletes we've seen compete so far. Some phenomenal fights on hand, and this main event, I tell you what, anytime you get to see David Martinez in action, it's always fun. And Iain Switchblade taking this on very short notice. And I tell you what, he is a man possessed. When I was talking to him prior to the fight yesterday at the weigh-ins, he was telling me a little bit about taking this fight and how his training was prior to accepting the fight on just 7 days' notice. And he said he was in decent shape. His teammate pulled out, and he thought, why not jump in against one of the best prospects in the country?
The consummate professionals these days basically train 365 days of the year, so looks in good condition. Sure will put on a show.
And of course, if you are joining us, my name's Daniel Maudsley in the commentary booth with UFC veteran Anton Zafir. And of course, one of the voices of Australian martial arts commentary, Mr. Josh Warner.
Leg kicks seem to be the highlight of the evening, this fight.
1 for 1, it's a test of wills right now.
So interesting to note, I think this is the longest I've ever seen David Martinez go without shooting a takedown.
Or checking. No one likes to check here either.
Mate, I don't want that shin-to-shin contact.
Superman punch.
So nice work there from Switchblade.
David looks like he's been working on his striking a little bit.
Definitely.
I'd just still like to see that head move just a touch more than it is.
Any
from
head
side to
movement
side.
would be good, yeah.
Yeah, if there's been one criticism on David Martinez's stellar career so far, it is probably the fact that he is a little bit hittable. I'm sure that's something that his head coach, Ryan Dunstan, has been addressing.
Oh!
Was that a slip or a catch?
Flash shot, I think.
It looked like a jab.
Looking for that judo throw. Martinez, is now into his bread and butter. That pressure up against that cage. Probably look to drop down for that takedown soon.
Iain does have the judo background at the same time, so should be able to mitigate to a certain degree. Having said that, take down David Martinez.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is where Mr. Martinez does his best work on the mat in top position. Looks like he's got a half guard locked up here.
He does, yep. Little body shots.
Trying to work that head to the inside of that arm to prevent the Kimura.
And it looks like David's setting up shop here.
Good body shots.
Going 1 for 1 again. See who's got the better conditioned body at the moment. Switches.
Good, and elbows to the body now as well.
It's good to see
Full mount.
Him throwing those elbows a little bit earlier in this fight than he did in the last one.
And back. Lots of time to go here.
And David Martinez, a bit of a rear naked choke specialist. I think he's got about 5 of them in his career so far. So he loves to ride the back control here. Interesting.
Rolled him over. He's got plenty of time to work for this choke.
Straight to that body lock.
Some shots there from I guess, having his back taken there from Switchblade.
He's actually landed those couple of decent shots there.
That's a rare shot to see.
What Iain needs to do is actually go lock side down, create pressure on that knee, turn inside, maybe force David to open up that triangle to give him a chance to escape.
That's a pretty bad position to be in, though. Sucking all the oxygen out of him.
But David has got a nice little leg lace on the far side, preventing.
Yeah, good pick up there, Anton.
Preventing Iain from turning down.
So David Martinez looks content just to ride the back here. Doesn't seem to be pursuing the rear naked choke too quickly. Promoter Joel Zepasvari had a very frustrating time, to say the least, trying to get a match for David Martinez. Contacted about 30 of the top Australian lightweights, and for some reason they're all busy on the on the night of Coastal Combat 5. So there's a reason why this man is one of the most feared lightweights in the division.
Good shots. 2 really good shots.
David's looking very comfortable, just riding that back. Not overexerting himself, as we've seen other fighters doing tonight. Just staying nice, calm and relaxed, and just picking his shots.
He's in his world right now.
So 10-second clap here as we'll see round 1 out. David Martinez getting a fair bit of ride time there on the back. should be a pretty easy one to score there. 10-9 Martinez, I'd say, as we move on through to the second round.
Comfortable round for David Martinez. I thought Iain started really well, to be honest. Landed some crisp strikes. But then as soon as the fight got to the ground, it was all David Martinez.
Yeah, it's interesting to see Dave choose to stand and trade a little bit because, like we mentioned earlier, it's usually rinse and repeat for Dave. Couple jabs, shoots in on the leg and takes you down and basically tries to end your life.
Maybe it's that nice progression that we've been seeing. Ryan Dunstan working with him, trying to develop. Sorry about that. Trying to develop his skill as a whole, making him a bit more well-rounded, so he's just as dangerous on his feet, which will allow him to set up those shots just that little bit easier.
Yeah, multiple arsenals in which to be dangerous. It's going to make him a far better fighter moving forward.
From what I hear, Daniel, you were telling me before, Ryan gives them challenges while they're fighting.
He
restricts them.
Yes, Ryan wants particular things at particular moments in the fight. Hence why we didn't see any elbows in round one of Dave's last fight. Oh, sorry, Dave's second last fight, I should say. The main event of Coastal Combat 4. Said no elbows to round 2. Dave, being the good student that he is, obliged.
Check in.
He did check. There you go.
There's one for you, Anton, as we start the second round.
Oh, good body kick.
Both boys coming out a little bit fierier in this one.
Checked again. And check. Wow.
Tell you what, nothing but respect for Iain Switchblade. Taking this fight on the day's notice, flying across the country, of course, all the way from New Zealand. It's probably about probably a 3-hour flight. And here he is doing battle in the main event of Coastal Combat 5. Oh, nice jab hook there.
Looks like Dave's feeling comfortable on his feet. So showing that improved striking that he's obviously been working with.
Oh, tight right hand.
That hurt a little bit.
He is definitely looking a lot sharper in that striking department than he has in his previous couple of fights, which is awesome to see.
Yeah, you're right, Anton. It's good to see the progression of someone who does have so much potential in our sport. And Dave looking just to round out his game.
If we could just get his head to stay off center with those punches, he'd be very slick. Nice stiff jab there.
Iain Blade looking to counter.
One thing Martinez always has had on the feet is a nice jab, very educated lead hand.
There you go, straight away. Oh, went the spinning back fist. Got none of it.
Oh!
Big
That's what we
suplex
like
there
to
from
see.
Dave Martinez as Iain Switchblade looked momentarily for the Kimura.
Oh, he's going for that head. No. Oh,
Giving up his back.
just let him roll straight underneath him. Just rode him. It's beautiful to see.
Hooks flattened out. Here come the punches.
Martinez not in any rush. Working with what's presented to him.
And some beautiful
Well done by
ground
Iain
control.
Blade.
Dave Martinez momentarily lost the back there, but straight back into a turtle position. And there are certain fighters that you see in their particular disciplines, like Dave Martinez on the ground, and he really does put the art in martial arts. So fluent in his transitions and just picture-perfect technique here as he's got the arm trapped and Iain Switchblade in a precarious position.
Oh, big elbow.
And again, having that calm, reassuring voice of Ryan in your back, in your corner, just makes him extra comfortable and confident.
And a big shout out to Ignite Martial Arts. Speaking of Ryan Dunstan, 6 fighters on the card for Ryan. Oh, big knees.
He's not happy. He's not happy.
Oh, it's over. Yeah, he's had enough.
Wow.
Wow.
David Martinez with the TKO victory in
David-
round 2.
Unleashed a barrage of knees.
David stopping before the ref jumped in. You know, that just shows the kind of fighter that he is.
Straight to the cage.
The fight was done. Didn't need to give any more damage to his opponent.
They don't call him the smiling assassin for nothing there, Anton. Well, gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure in the commentary booth with you this evening. Thank you, Anton. Thank you, Josh.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks for
Thanks,
having us.
Daniel. Can't wait till the next one.
For those of us here in the commentary booth, we'll sign off as I go into the cage and make this one official for Dave Martinez, who'll move to 3-0 as a professional. We'll see you guys back here in a few months' time. Coolum Civic Centre, I'm sure, will be lighting up for Coastal Combat 6. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we read the decision, a big round of applause for Iain Switchblade, taking this fight on 7 days' notice, flying all the way from New Zealand and putting up a formidable challenge against the up-and-coming prospect, Mr. David Martinez. But of course, our referee called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes and 2 seconds of round number 2, declaring your winner by TKO in the blue corner, David, the Smiling Assassin, Martinez. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with our main event winner, the Smiling Assassin, David Martinez, now moving to 3-0 as a professional. Speaking to Joel Zafisvari, the promoter here at Coastal Combat, I tell you what, he looked far and wide to find you an opponent. Apparently the top 30 lightweights were all busy here on the night of Coastal Combat 5 because no one wanted to take the fight. But I tell you what, Iain Switchblade taking it on 7 days' notice, coming in on short notice and putting up a fight like that, I think he deserves a big round of applause. But Dave, what were you expecting coming in here tonight, knowing little to nothing about Iain?
I was expecting a heavy veteran, and I believe that's what I got.
Well, you certainly put on another amazing performance, and I know it's been tricky to try and find you some fights, but what is the next move in the amazing career so far of the Smiling Assassin?
I'm going to take a holiday, man. I can't find any of these lightweights. I might go on an Easter hunt, see if we can find them. Check. Where you at, lightweights?
There you go, Australian lightweights, the call has been made. One more round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for our main event winner, David, the Smiling Assassin, Martinez. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for you tonight at Coastal Combat 5. For those of you that joined us here in the Coolum Civic Centre, and those of you that joined us online, we hope you had as much fun as we did here calling it cage side. Until next time, hands up, chin down, let them fly. This is Coastal Combat.